I do this for my culture, to let them know what a nigga look like when a nigga in a roaster.
Welcome everybody, this is For the Culture Podcast. I'm here with Chantel. All into spirituality, all to eating clean. Just tell everybody about yourself and what you're into.
Well, I'm into living upful, living pure, natural, not following the direction of where society is going and the programming and conditioning that everybody has. So that's what really sparked my change in changing what I eat. And a lot of people can't do that, but I feel that once you can overcome the mind and, you know, whatever you set forth and the goal that you have, you can overcome it. So that was kind of like a little test too that I wanted to give myself, as well as like different health reasons too why I wanted to change my eating, because the food that we eat and what we're around ends up manifesting different stuff inside. So I wanted to change that. But that started after I was doing my swimwear for some time. So I was doing my swimwear for about 4 years, and I was just hustling and doing that, and wasn't really taking care of myself. I was just all about business. I was going to sleep at like 5 a.m, just like everybody else. That they're like, yo, I'm doing work. I'm not taking no sleep or nothing, but that sleep gets you that, you need that rest for the body, and I was just pushing myself too much. So now I'm able to, I took myself out of that and learned a different perspective of it, but so now I'm able to handle both aspects. I'm able to handle myself and business too. But originally I'm from Philly. I moved down here.
Philly's winning right now, I'm not gonna lie. Anybody from Philly, they gotta tell that they from Philly.
Yeah, Meek Mill, you can tell?
Nah, for sure.
Yes? Oh my God.
For sure.
Yeah. I was trying to let go of that. I didn't want I moved down here when I was 10, 11.
Okay.
So I've been down here for quite some time. And I haven't been back. I haven't been back since. It's like we moved and just, damn, I don't want to make it seem like that, but.
If you used to go back.
Yeah, it was too bad.
Yeah, Philly's bad, but you guys are tough.
It was, yeah.
I have a friend too, haven't been to Philly in a while. He just went back. It was like things changed over there crazy.
Yeah.
So if you was to go back, you'd probably be like, damn.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't.
So you said something about like free thought. Kanye West is talking a lot about that. So like,
yeah, but her vibe reminds me of an island though. Like you're Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, all island people.
Puerto Rico.
You see, all island people are always on that free thought, like the Bob Marley vibe and like natural cleansing and stuff. I'm on that too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to get like you, but I'm not 100% there. Like I stopped eating pork.
Okay.
I stopped eating beef a little bit, but here and there I'll probably eat it like every 6 months. But I can't stop eating chicken though.
That's everybody's that's their soft spot.
Yeah, I can't stop. I need some type of meat or something. But other than that, I agree with you. I feel like people don't realize that we need to take care of our mind, body, and like you can't just be working. Yeah, exactly. You can't just be eating. Because the thing I hate about Florida too is after like people who are working like after 12 o'clock, the only things open is fast food restaurants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's very hard to not eat that because there's nothing else open. Feel me? Unless you're gonna go home and cook something up at that time of night. So
it's horrible. And me, I'm not like the typical vegan.
Yeah.
And everybody's putting labels on that.
Everybody's
vegan. No,
okay.
I'm not vegan. I'm alkaline.
Okay.
So
what is alkaline? Like explain that.
Explain the difference.
I thought you talked like alkaline, the sugar or the water.
So explain the difference between vegetarian, vegan, and alkaline.
Yes, vegetarian is that you just take out the meat, but you're still eating all that foolishness. You're still eating cheese and dairy, all that.
So you don't eat meat at all?
No.
Okay.
You don't eat cheese?
No.
What's wrong with cheese?
I heard cheese is dairy, yeah.
What's wrong
Dairy's
with
bad for you. That's how you get your
that's
pimples and stuff, I
puss.
heard, yeah.
Yeah, molded and hardened cow puss.
Yeah, my teacher showed us a video. I was like,
I'm straight. I'll say almond milk. And then
I love almond milk.
Vegan is taking out all the meat, all the dairy, all that. Not even processed foods, because the vegan foods are still processed. That's why I don't eat vegan and
Canned food
consider
too,
myself
I heard is
vegan.
bad for you. Yeah.
Canned, they still have all that extra shit that's added in there that you can't even pronounce the name. It's just a bunch of man-made ingredients that they put in there.
Mm-hmm.
So don't eat that. Although it's good for your body, some people, their goal on what they're trying to obtain within themselves and with their eating is different. Just like some people are okay with just eating vegetarian, just not having meat. Some people are okay with eating vegan and still eating stuff that isn't good for you, but it's not meat. On my case, on the other hand, alkaline is just eating food and drinking things and putting things on my body that's just alkaline, that just comes from the earth. So it's not man-made. It's the original root self of whatever fruit or vegetable. Yeah, so I don't eat regular rice. I don't eat any type of rice but wild. I don't eat any type of beans but chickpeas.
Where do you find this type of, like Whole Foods maybe?
Not
Yeah,
even
they
Whole Foods. Sometimes Whole Foods. I be seeing stuff in Whole Foods that I've seen other places too. They be like fake advertisement.
Yes.
I hate that.
Yeah. Even Whole Foods has still the fake stuff.
So where do you find your food? Like where do you go?
I go to the market, the farmer's market.
Farmer's market.
That's the best place I heard. But it's expensive too, I heard.
It's alright. I actually like going there other than the grocery store.
Okay.
So
Besides
like,
the grocery store. The grocery store is way too expensive.
Is it open every day?
There's some farmers markets, yeah, but I go to the promo Yellow Green Farmers Market. Yellow Green Farmers Market in Hollywood.
Okay.
So I'm always there, but they're only open on the weekend.
That's
So I kind of but if I don't make it by the weekend, I go to Lucky's. So Lucky's is good, and their prices are low. There's one in Plantation, one in Coral Springs.
Oh, okay.
Not sure the exact place though, and then one on Oakland Park Boulevard. So I go to those if I don't have time on the weekends, and they have the regular food. You just have to look for it because the alkaline foods are in the grocery store. They just don't want you to know. You know what I'm saying?
They don't advertise as much.
They don't advertise.
They
just want
stuff
you
to kill us.
Exactly. It's all a system, and that's how I think about it. It's all a profit. The government's working off of profit right now, just like off of schools, religions, all that shit. So that's why I change it completely. But it's difficult because there's no fast food or grocery store that I can go to. It's like alkaline meal, please.
I mean, you could definitely.
No, it's not.
That's a good idea.
I'm telling you.
12 a.m.
It's
get you some
noted.
Yeah.
Because it's wild. Like when I get home, say if I'm working like a long night, I get home at like 11 and I'm hungry, I literally have to make my own food. If I don't have it prepared, I don't eat until like an hour after. Yeah,
Why do you
crazy,
think that these organic like markets are not open 24 hours?
I don't know.
Like,
they need to be.
Yes,
I mean, I'd be hungry. But I think because it's not good to eat past a certain time.
Oh yeah, they did say that.
So that's what I'm thinking. Because past like 7, 8, and that's like the times they close.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm thinking is why they.
That makes sense because most people sleep around that time, and then when you just sit in there, everything's stored up in your stomach, you're not active.
Exactly.
And that's how people gain weight and stuff.
So let me ask you, for somebody who wants to maintain their weight, how do you like go about being alkaline or vegan?
It's so hard, but eating a lot of carbs, a lot of beans, hemp seeds, nuts. There are grains that I eat. It's just the alkaline version. So I don't eat like white flour. I buy spelt flour. So that's just the alkaline alternative. Wheat, no.
No wheat. Man, I love everything.
I love everything. Hey, this
brown rice too?
Yeah, brown rice. Brown rice is bad. It's because they make it seem good for you and real, but
I heard that's like the best thing. Like, it's better than white bread. It's better than brown rice. It's better than white rice.
Yeah, just because it doesn't have as much carbs.
Okay.
And starch, but it's all the basis of things that are man-made is starch because starch is like a binding. So if wild rice is the original rice, they make all this other type of rice out of just that original one. So they like put two rice together. They're like,
start adding chemicals and
stuff.
stuff too.
All right, let's make this rice. Let's make brown rice. Let's call that. Let's make jasmine rice. Let's call it jasmine rice or whatever.
You don't eat any cereal either, right? Because I was looking at the stuff they have on the box and some of the stuff they have.
Do you see see that?
Some of the stuff they have, they use for like rat poison and stuff, and I was like,
the arsenic
yes.
in their metals, like it's crazy. And I didn't realize, like I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm just aware of what it is. And then I learned that just so I know, so I can move better. Because I don't like feeling like people are controlling me or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? So
whenever you see like a big ass word that you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
It's usually some crazy shit like rat poison or something. I promise you. Just look it up. Yeah, just look it up.
So I see that you were inspired by like Dr. Sebi.
Yes.
So like when did you start like watching his stuff and like did you copy a lot of his stuff?
I did. I love Dr. Sebi so much. Even though I didn't get to meet him, but just his vibe and connection just automatically.
Supposedly he had a cure for cancer too. I heard about that.
He had a cure for cancer, AIDS, AIDS, HIV, herpes, diabetes, high blood pressure, blindness. He cured blind people. I learned about him about 3 years ago, and I was just intrigued, and I learned about him, and I was going through different health problems. I had a few tumors. I had chest surgery 5 times for tumors. I had heart problems. I got in I got into about 3 bad accidents. I was on bed rest for a whole year and a half, so I couldn't move.
3 car accidents?
Yeah. But the first one, I was on bed rest for a whole year and a half.
Don't be surprised. It's Florida.
And they were all...
People get accidents here like it's crazy.
Yeah.
None of them were my fault.
See?
I promise you. It wasn't me acting crazy.
Shaggy. It wasn't me.
3?
No, when I was at a stoplight, a truck just drives right in the back of me.
Jesus.
Another one, they tried to say it was my fault. It's not my
like
fault.
A truck, like Publix truck.
A Ford truck.
Oh, like a regular truck. I thought you like the big trucks. Like.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that would be bad.
Nah.
I was about to say that insurance money better come in that check.
I was waiting. I got into another one on the expressway on 95, a pile up with like 5 different cars. And I got into another one with I got T-boned on the side. Like I went halfway out the car and everything. So right now, like I can't feel on this side of my head.
Oh damn.
Behind my ear, it was
surgery?
bad. So hip surgery.
Okay.
Yeah, because I couldn't move my left side. I couldn't move the left side of my face and nothing.
Inspired you too.
So yeah, because I had my swimwear line. I was doing that. I was pushing it. Then in the middle of that, got into the accident. I wasn't able to sit up for a long time to sew. So it pushed me backwards so much, and it brings you to depression and like a lower state because something that you're so passionate about and you're not able to do, and you're on bed rest for a whole year, not able to do anything. It's
messes
like
your mind.
Yeah, it messes with your mind. But I was literally on bed rest. I couldn't move, and I was like trying to sew. It was crazy. My mom's like, just rest, stop. And I'm like, no. It's like my mind is just so much stronger than my body. It's crazy. Yeah. But I looked into Dr. Sebi. I was intrigued, and I'm like, I have to meet him, or I have to go to Usha Village. I got to. And then the beginning of this year, I went to the Usha Village in Honduras, and I fasted there for close to a month, and just cleansed and renewed and redid everything.
How important is cleansing too? I was just talking to him about that. Like I heard you're supposed to do it at least twice a year.
Yeah. But I do it all the time. Okay. Like I'm surprised I don't have it now. Usually I have a cup of tea with me, and I'm always drinking tea because I'm always like detoxing and cleansing. It's crazy what you come in contact with, and that goes right into your bloodstream, like through your skin. It's crazy. So now that I'm aware of it, like I'm always drinking tea. Okay. And the teas that I have are the teas that I learned and took in Honduras when I was there. So that's why I'm so knowledgeable on it. I went to the forest, I studied these herbs, learned it, and cleansed from them. So I know what they do for the body. I know, how much you're supposed to take, how long you're supposed to take it, everything like that.
Yeah, you need to take me there.
And when I went, it's crazy because I was speaking with Sebi's family. So I met them all like there. Yeah. Okay. The niece is like the head of the kitchen. The nephew helps everybody. There's a few people who are paralyzed that's out there and who are blind, so they need help getting around. So he helps them. And it was cool because we were holding a vibe, and he actually mentioned to me that, like, just saying I can tell this is your root, and you're like, your spirit is very strong. So he was he was letting out all his information and telling me everything that he knew, just because he knew I appreciated it, and he knew I wasn't there just to, okay, I'm gonna cleanse and then go.
Yeah.
Like, my purpose to go out there was different, and the fact that they felt that and then opened themselves to me and let me know, you know, what they know as much as they could, it was really dope.
So after that, you started Up for Wins.
Yeah.
So tell us about that. Tell us a little about what that is.
Well, it's alkaline herbs for the healing of the mind and body. So all the herbs heal something. So there's herbs for detox, but they also heal and cleanse like your reproductive system, your nervous system.
Sounds like I'm gonna be shitting a lot.
There's some that well, it's a package, like it's a tonic that I make that, you know, you'll know that you're about to use the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be getting out all the mucus and everything.
So
literally, like when you have a cold and you're blowing out mucus through your nose, is what's gonna come out your body, and that's what's in it, covering all your organs and stuff.
Explain the taste, because I tried one to cleansing before, and that shit tastes like shit.
The herbs don't taste good.
They don't taste good, but they work.
But they work.
Yeah, I felt so much better after that, but I was in toilet for a little bit.
There's
You
some.
probably want to stay home.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some that are more bitter than others.
Okay.
So there's some that you'll drink and it's fine. It's just a regular bitter thing. You just put some honey. Well, I don't use honey, but a lot of people don't just use agave. So if you don't use agave, you can use honey, because honey is hybrid.
What about salt and pepper? I heard pepper, isn't it like man-made too?
Pepper, hybrid.
Yeah.
But sea salt is not. So as long as you use sea salt, but any other salt isn't. But there is a tonic that I have that it's with 3 herbs. It's called Cascara Sagrada, rhubarb, and ginger. And when you drink that, you literally feel like your intestines from all the way up here, like pushing everything out. And it feels so weird, but it feels like a worm inside your body, and that's just your intestines like waking up.
Trying to clean up everything.
Yeah, because it's like, yo, what is this you just gave me? All right, let me move now. And then it cleans you out. And there's a few people that have taken it already, and they hit me up and they're like, yo, let me get another one, because this is crazy. Like, mucus is coming out, and I literally lost like 5 pounds off of just like me getting all that mucus out.
I feel like I'm backed up.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Sure, you're not selling drugs. You got people hitting you out like, yo, let me get one.
That's what I'm saying. There's others for the mind. I just got one. It's called valerian, and that one's for people with anxiety, depression. And that's a big thing.
Yeah, a lot of people got anxiety nowadays.
I actually have anxiety.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
See, there you go.
Yeah, it's something that so many people have, and it deals with what's outside of ourselves and the things that, you know, end up getting to our mind. But it's able to get into our mind because we're not well inside. So our like nervous system and our brain isn't well. It's like calcified. Our pineal gland is calcified because of water and things like that. So we have to detox that from the inside. That way you're able to handle anxiety and depression.
I think my anxiety comes from like paranoia.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people. Yeah.
Like even the stuff you said is like borderline conspiracy. So it's like sometimes you be like, oh, this stuff comes in your nervous system, and you're like, oh shit, I think somebody's trying to kill me or something.
Exactly.
So yeah, you kissed.
So it's like, nah, if I do,
because you would think everybody
I'm cool in certain spaces, but when you take me to a space I don't feel comfortable, I'm a spaz out, and I've had multiple times. It's crazy. I have stories for days.
Stories for days. So we gotta date these stories.
What type of like natural hair products you be using? Because I know some people saying like some of the hair products people use have chemicals and it's bad for them.
Oh yeah. I have a few oils that I brought back from Honduras since being there. Thank God. So I've been using that. I use sea moss.
Sea moss.
Okay. And I sell sea moss as well because it's really difficult to get. And when you get it from the farmer's market, they charge it way too expensive.
So what is sea moss exactly?
Sea moss is moss from the ocean. It's close to Ireland. And back in the day, people from Ireland fasted on it. And they were able to heal from the flu, from the plague, all that. So it has 92 minerals out of 102 that we're made of. Made out of 102, it has 92. So when you consume it, it has calcium. It's good for your brain. It's good for your joints, for your muscles, for everything. So you're just, when you drink sea moss, you're like renewing yourself. It's a power renewal. And that's what I fasted on in Honduras. I actually didn't have any food. I just had herbs and sea moss, and I was strong. I was hungry, but sea moss is used as a meal replacement too.
Yeah,
so people who want to lose weight can drink sea moss, and it will make you feel so full because your body isn't hungry from your stomach. Your body's hungry from the minerals, because that's what we're made out of. We're not made out of this food that we're, of course, plants, but that's minerals that we're just putting in our body. So when you feed your body minerals, you don't feel hungry, and it's crazy. And I didn't realize that until I did it, and it's like 2 weeks are going by, and all I had was some fruit and just sea moss and herbs.
You're fine.
But I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
And when I went there, I literally couldn't. My mom had to carry me to the airport in order to get on the plane to go to Usha, and I was so weak, and I was pale, I was white, everything.
Damn.
And when I got there, maybe after the second day, I was strong. Like, it's crazy. They actually gave me weed, marijuana, as part of my herb to have. So I'm like smoking weed, picking herbs from the tree, and like in the forest, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a difference between the weed over there and here, because the ones over here got so much like, I forgot what's the word. What is it? Chemicals.
Yeah.
A lot of chemicals.
Yeah, and they're
the
putting
ones
all
over
the
there has a
chemicals
whole
in
bunch
it.
of natural stuff.
Yeah.
Now they're incorporating it with like businesses, so like they're trying to sell it.
Yeah.
Like major corporations are trying to sell it because it's become illegal, so they're gonna start like doing it like pharmaceuticals. So like the natural stuff that you know is gonna start turning into like pills.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I can't wait till we can
they gotta
grow
make
our
money
own.
somehow.
Yeah.
That's how the world is built off of, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But with cleansing, yeah, just it's like getting over that hump and just keep pushing your body. And with the sea moss, with the different stuff that I use, the different natural stuff that I use the sea moss for my skin too. The sea moss for my skin, my hair. You can literally use it for anything. You take it and you just blend it in water, and it turns into a gel, and you can put it in your smoothie. It doesn't have a taste. You can put it on your face as like a cleanser, a moisturizer, or a face mask. It gets rid of bumps and acne marks and everything. It's crazy.
So you think everything from the earth is like created to heal the human instead of like creating the artificial stuff?
And that goes to what you said too with feeling paranoid about stuff, because I did too. I used to be in high school. I was a big Illuminati person. Yeah. I was a big Illuminati person.
I think we all had our phase.
Yeah, but it's like in America especially, they control you so much.
Yeah, because it's like a society where everybody like feels like this is normal.
Yeah.
You go to a different country and they're like, what the hell? Why are you eating a chicken?
Yeah.
I actually had that thought one day. I was like, eating a chicken is not more different than eating like a alligator or something. It's just different. It's like society makes it normal here.
They train you there.
Or like eating a dog in China or something.
Yes.
It's probably normal over there, so it's like eating animal regardless.
Yeah, did you see in China how they're like beating the dogs, and people from like here in America is like, why are they doing that?
Yeah, so it's like
to them that's food, just like how to us is chicken and food.
So then I was like, yeah, maybe we're not supposed to be eating these things.
No.
Or like eggs. You eat like a chicken egg, but you won't eat like a lizard egg.
Or a duck egg too.
Word.
Or milk. You'll drink a cow's milk, but you won't drink like a pig's milk.
Yeah.
So like, is there a difference, or you're taught to eat like this?
Yeah.
So it's normal to you, but people from Germany might be like, why are you eating a chicken egg?
Exactly.
You feel me?
That's how it goes, and it also goes to, I don't want to get so like, but we gonna go there real quick.
Yeah.
There's this. I don't know if you heard, but it's the Prussia school system. Have you heard about that?
No, what
Prussia
is that?
school system. A lot of big. I actually learned this from what's his name off of Shark Tank. The dude that
Damien Shark.
Damien. No.
Not Damien Shark.
Not Damien. Damien something.
I forgot his
Black
last
guy.
name.
I
but
thought Damian Marley.
Yeah.
Damian something, but the black guy that owns Fubu.
Yeah.
Drawing a blank, but I went to one of his seminars before, and he brought this up, the Prussian school system, and it's what was built in modern day Germany to bring over to the U.S. to kind of bring about like programming, because during the war in that time, they seen that people were thinking for themselves. It was like, we don't want to go to war and die for y'all. The fuck?
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, these people thinking for themselves. All right, we gotta punish them, and then we gotta put in like some type of system. That way they can follow our instructions. And they're like, wait, when people are born, their mind is clear to where you're able to mold them. So let's start a school system for when they're younger, to where it's like kindergarten, first grade, elementary, and then all these other stuff. To where you have to like sit down for a certain time period, can't talk, and have to do tests and all that other shit.
Yeah.
So during that time, like when I learned it, I'm like, yo, this is true, like for real. And I was just looking into it, and I'm like, no, and that's what brought about my change of eating, because I don't want to have to go to the store and I'm like eating this stuff that they're deliberately putting on the counters for us to eat, because they know that we're gonna soon, like, we're gonna be programmed, we're gonna have like anxiety and depression and different mind blocks, and we're gonna be angry, and we're gonna be programmed to like work for the man and all this other stuff. So
but I think it's slowly breaking down with the millennials though. We're starting to like think for ourselves, and like nobody really wants to work like a job now. It's like trying to do their own thing or eat
and that's
differently.
That's what I love.
Or like even the women's march and all that other stuff.
Me Too movement.
Yeah, females are starting to like, I don't want to do this. You feel me? I want to do this, and I can, because you feel me? It's America.
Yeah.
So you're a feminist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, explain, when did you become like a feminist and what that means to you?
Just becoming strong and powerful and supportive for the women I just work so hard, because I know how it is, especially when you're literally not able to, and we still push, and so many women do it, and I'm just supportive of it. I'm supportive of the respect and the individuality and the independence that a lot of women have now, especially like you said, with entrepreneurship growing, and all the women are getting on it, and it's a great thing. I'm actually a part of an event May 20th called Fearless and Feminine in Miami, at the Miami Creative Warehouse. Yeah, so we're gonna be out there. There's gonna be a bunch of different entrepreneur women out there that's strong and doing their thing.
Okay, so so I was like, obviously like mainstream media talks about like the slut walk with Amber Rose.
Yeah.
So what's your side of that? Like, I understand the message, but how do you feel about how she gets that message across?
I ain't fucking
Nah.
Cause I'm a different type of different type of thing. I support like kind of what. I don't like how she went about it.
Yeah,
though.
I understand the message is just the way she.
Yeah, the way she went about it, because I feel women are queens and should be held in that.
High pedestal.
Exactly.
She's trying to take the validity out of the word, but at the same time, what you say is almost like, what you say is powerful.
Yes.
So
the power of the tongue is very powerful, and although like you can give it its own meaning, it does have its own vibrational meaning. So for you to use that, although like I just wouldn't use something like that. If I want something to be attracted to that type of event or movement, I would want powerful words, not something that just has a bad rep.
So I feel like she tried to turn something negative to positive.
Yeah, try to turn something negative to positive, but I just wouldn't do it that
way.
That way, yeah. But she's her, I don't know. She's her own breed.
Do you think that if you never went through those accidents and all those problems, do you think that you would be here doing all this natural?
Yo, I think about that all the time, because I backtrack. I'm like, yo, because a part of my life kind of was blocked off from that year and a half being on bed rest. It's like, okay, that was one part of my life, and then after bed rest, it was like another half, because everything is different. Like I can't run the same, I can't do certain things the same anymore, and it just changes your perspective. But I think I would, it just would have happened differently.
That chicken way sounds pretty good right now.
Man, when my mom cooks, I'm like,
Yeah.
I have to eat with my nose. I'm like,
that's
damn.
tough.
We had an event that we're doing. I help with a lot of the events that we're going to do, mainly. But we have an event coming in July, and it's going to be like an entrepreneur type event for the millennials. So we're going to talk about entrepreneurship. We're going to have guest speakers. We'll talk about depression and anxiety. We'll talk about mindfulness and how to keep a focused mind. Because a lot of the millennials, well, those that are in high school, they're not being taught what they need to there. And
That's
since
true.
we've seen firsthand, we're like, yo, we need to help them out. That way it can keep going and keep going and keep going. So we want to incorporate the business and entrepreneurship side with the mindfulness and knowing how to overcome different mind blocks and stuff like that. So we're reaching out to some people. We're gonna have some special guests. I think a few football players are gonna be there, and a few people from I don't know if I can say, but it's gonna be it's gonna be.
You can tell me on the side.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. So we're looking to have a good outcome.
You know the exact date?
Yeah, not the exact date, not yet, but it'll be the end of July.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah, we gotta link up. I'm gonna have to pull up.
Definitely.
Just hope it's not on July 21st.
Ooh, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's when I'm having my comedy event. So
That's 21st, DC Young Fly.
Yeah, Carlos Melo or Chico Beats.
Oh, DC
James
Young Fly?
L.
I actually know DC.
Yeah.
He's a good friend because I used to do a Vine. I was big on Vine when it first
Oh, you
came
was
out.
Vine?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I was
crazy.
a little Vine.
Everybody
favorite
popped on
person.
Vine.
Yeah, so I know DC personally because we were cool before he blew up. Yeah. So that'd be dope. So I'm gonna come out there.
Yeah, come out. I got you.
Definitely. Yeah.
So was there anything else you wanted to promote, like as far as like your swimwear or whatever?
You might as well talk about the swimwear.
Yeah.
Because
I know
summertime.
you're not gonna
pretty
give
much.
up on the swimwear.
Yes, no, not at all. I miss it so much, and that's where my passion is too. Along with, and that's something I was doing from when I was younger too. I was sewing up different clothes for my Barbie dolls and stuff like that when I was younger. But my swimwear, it's a cultural and ethical brand, of course. So it's all recyclable fabrics, and it's different cultures from around the world. So I actually have the Egyptian collection that I'm gonna get started on once everything starts flowing with Helpful Blends and I have some more time in my hand. But it was going really well. I love Exotic Swim so much. That's the baby. And I also partner with a company based in France that works with Adidas, works with Speedos and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna talk after this because I got a clothesline too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because I was doing that for some time. So I was working with different factories, working with factories across seas, and going to different events, trade shows, and getting out there. So it was. Once I get back on, everything is in place for that to move. So we'll be pushing out the Egyptian collection. So it'll be I have Horus and Ankhs and everything like that. And it's all recyclable and good for the body. So when you're wearing it, you're not, it's and good for the environment.
So what's next for you after all of this stuff? What's your dream, like end goal type of thing?
To continue to help and speak to others around the world about spirituality, about overcoming the mind, about alkalinity and living upful blends, living upful the best way that we possibly can in the highest energy state as possible. I want to own a few farms. I want to own a few marijuana farms. I want to just give back any way that I can.
So you want to do like like go on tour like Dr. Sebi, or like do like
and actually Nipsey Hussle, he's coming out with a documentary on Dr. Sebi, which is dope. And he just followed me too. Follow up list. So I'm just like,
that might get shut down because the government like to promote stuff like that. I was reading a book about the guy talking about there's a cure for cancer, but it's like where like Honduras and places like that, the islands and stuff.
They killed them all.
Yeah, they killed him. Well, I think they killed him, but I don't want to sound like a conspiracy.
No, they killed him. They killed him.
Do you believe in the conspiracy theorists of how Dr. Sebi died?
No, they did that.
They did that. It's not even a conspiracy.
Nah.
Oh, the man was jumping off of of this table to doing splits and stuff at his age.
80 years old.
Yeah, at his age,
off
bro.
of CMOS.
Come on, man. That man was naturally good. He was.
Yeah. But off of CMOS, he was able to live like that.
So he was his voice, his following was too strong. They had to.
It don't matter though, because either way, what he did is always going to be. He changed the world, so everybody's going to follow it.
And that's what we talked about actually with his nephew when I was there, when me and him were just holding the vibes, and he was telling me straight up like what happened, and he was 2 months before that they knew it was coming, because they just knew it was coming, so they prepared themselves for it. Sebi taught his family everything that he knew and made sure they were able to continue healing people and just pass it down from generation to generation.
So they knew somebody was looking, trying to get to them.
Even their family, they were like, they're gonna come after you. Yeah. And Sebi's like, it's getting, they're starting to arrest me more. They're starting to make, different accusations and reasons to have me.
They're harassing me pretty much.
Yeah. So he just knew it was. So for the 2 months before it happened, they were inside the house. They didn't leave the house, and they fasted. And Sebi just taught his family everything that he knew, and was like, you can't be living this life that you were living before. So they were just fasting off sea moss and herbs, and learned everything that they needed to. Yeah,
they're gonna continue to push it off, and they're not gonna stop, get scared off from.
Nah, they're good.
Trying to start a movement,
man. Yeah. Cool. I know that they were going to open up some centers in. They were going to open some centers in America, but I don't know how far that's going yet.
Shit, I would invest into that.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to be a part of it. I speak with his daughter, Sebi's daughter as well, so I'm gonna link with her very soon. I plan on going back to Honduras in August, so I want to get together with them and see what I can do. I'd like to go for at least 2 weeks this time, 2-3 weeks.
I might come too. I've never been there, so I might as well try it out.
Yeah, it's amazing when you go out there. So I want to do something with that as well, just keep pushing the legacy and his knowledge and everything. And I'm always noting that it's from his teachings, because his mind and where he's at is powerful, and you could tell just by his family too. So I'm like, yo, if his family's like this, imagine with him. So I have so much respect. So I definitely like to get in, do a documentary or get into a documentary. So that's crazy how Nipsey followed me after doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
that's pretty cool.
Let me get on that documentary too.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
So I mean, it was super dope having you up here talking about all your different businesses. Actually, you helped me out, because now I have to look at my food a little different.
Yeah.
You feel me? I might even do a cleansing too.
I can hook you up with some herbs.
Yeah, so we'll definitely talk after. We'll definitely
we gotta have you back on again so we talk more.
Yeah.
And let us know about that date whenever it comes close, so we could definitely promote it for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Where can people follow you so they can see all this?
Yes. At Sharice. CHANSHARICE.
Yeah, I was about to tell you need to spell that out.
Yeah.
Some people are dumb, bro.
CHANSHARICE. And Up for Blends. Up for Blends is my alkaline herb page. UPFULBLENDS. That's on Facebook. I have a YouTube as well, so you can check out the YouTube. And I recorded most of my stay at Usha Village. So you'll see all that. You'll see a tour of the village, how it looks, what I went through, the different stages. It gets deep too on there. So YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all that. Sharice and Alpha Blends.
All of it. Okay, I appreciate it.